Okay, first off, the chemistry was crazy.
Right?
In the movie, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with you first, Jay. Your range from going to Easy E, like, you know what I'm saying, to being in this movie Calm. Like, how did you feel about the transition and how it developed your skill set?
I think it was a perfect setup for me, you know what I mean? Because I didn't want to get pigeonholed. I didn't want people to, you know, try to like typecast me or anything like that. So I'm like, yo, it'll be good to be able to show a lot more of myself in the character, and I think I got to show that. You know what I mean? Like I'm a very human character, and you know, well, obviously I'm not a monster, but you know, I have a very human thought process of it. You know what I mean? I just left the war. I just want to go home. You know what I mean? Huge monkey up. Go home ×2. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was good to be able to put that in my package. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that they wanted me on board.
And you mad funny too, man.
Thank you.
Oh, alright, I felt bad. When I saw the movie, I was like, yo, I felt like they left you stranded. I was like, yo, why they do that to my man?
Yeah.
But I do have a major question. Your acting was so great in this movie.
Thank you, Fab.
Did you have to tap into something personal within your life in terms of loss or being by yourself at times to actually bring it out on camera like that? I think that it came across so well.
Thank you, man. That's very kind. I mean, the truth is, you know, our job actually takes us away so much from the world, you know, from what we consider civilization, that you spend a lot of that time trying to find peace with yourself, trying to make new friends, trying to find a new family, you know, for a short period of time. So sometimes you're bonding with people, you want to stick with them and bring them back to your world. But then the truth is, sometimes they got their own to go back to. The other blessing I had was a true Vietnam vet telling me, you know, I told him about my character. He said, you know, I was divorced from my wife. I've been out. This is my 8th time going out. And I was divorced. 2 years divorced, but I was still writing them letters like she was my sweetheart. And he said, I loved her more when I was sitting there picking up people and doing all that than I did when I was there. Some barrier happened to him whenever he was with his wife. It jarred. He couldn't accept something. Like, he felt this disappointment. So I utilized that. We didn't have to push it out into the film, but it was nice to carry that with me. You know, that someone would share that with me.
That's the greatness of acting.
Yeah,
like,
it's the beauty.
You take something that's real and make it believable on screen, no matter what the movie is.
Precisely.
Fire.
Yeah.
So my last question is for both of y'all to answer this, and I like to ask this all the time. But what was that moment in your life that allowed you to overcome any type of problem that allowed you to be successful and great at what you do today? What was that issue that you overcame?
There's a couple. It's a great question. There was a couple of different things. I actually witnessed a friend of mine getting beaten up by a group, and I wished I'd stepped in. You know, I wish I'd done something. There was a fear inside, and I realized if you truly let fear into your heart, it will just carry with you. It just like lives in there. Like, yeah, I'm good in here.
Right.
So once you stop believing, you know, I wish I'd had my own face broken somehow and just gone in. Because it was just something horrible happening to somebody, and I just was watching. You know, it was too quick. I just watched it happen, and then afterwards I was helping. But I wish even if it broke me, I should, you know. And so when things like that occur in your life, you try and see that moment again and go, I've just got to do this, whether it bruises me or not. You know, slaying dragons actually gives you a better feeling at the end of the day. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I mean, I grew up in New Orleans. And you know, I've lost a lot of friends. I've made my own mistakes, you know, but I don't think I looked that far forward and was really trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to tell myself, hey, you could be this or you could be that, or really trying to go to college or do this. It was all about me just trying to be on the come up, me trying to get some money, you know, and when I started acting, it felt like, even though I was pretending it was me being real with myself, it was me finding a happy place, and it wasn't just about bread. It was something that I could do for free and still love it. You know what I mean? So now that I'm here where I am, it's really no surprise. It's really no surprise because I'd have done it for free, and I have done it for free.
Yeah.
You know?
I love you both.
Bless you, man.
The movie was
Thank
fire,
you.
but just hearing that, yo, you my brothers now.
Fantastic.
That's what's up, man.
Excellent question, dude. No joke.